morning! I put a little makeup on for you. This is fun fact number 29, but I actually should call it my 2 cents or deep thoughts. This one I'm going to try to do as quick as possible. I'm going to talk to you about something that I taught my daughter as she was growing up about FairCareAware. It's something that I learned at San Francisco State from my interpersonal communications course. I think it was Dr. Huff. He wrote some books. He wrote Let's Have It Out, which was a fair fighting book. And then he also had a paradigm shift book that was still in manuscript form when I was reading it. Forget what it was called, maybe interpersonal communications, because there wasn't really a textbook that was very good on that subject, so he created his own. This was a long time ago at San Francisco State. But I really enjoyed that class. I think it was because it was kind of interpersonal communications, paradigm shifts, and FairCareAware have always been a part of who I am, and so it kind of resonated with me. But like I said, I taught my daughter about FairCareAware, that those are things you want to approach life with a sense of fairness. We have a high sense of fairness, so it's really difficult. And to care. Sometimes I really wish I didn't care so much, but it's something that I can't help, that I do care a lot. And to be aware, my daughter really had to work on the awareness one, and she still does. She knows that she's a little soft on awareness. But then I have to work on things too, like, but she's better with awareness now. But there's things I have to work on too, like maybe not, to be fair, care aware to myself. I tend to do it more for other people, and I'm doing it more for myself, and I'm learning how to say no, and just thank you, and trying to accept how other people see me in a positive light. Sometimes I seem to be able to accept the negative light more than the positive light, so those are things I'm working on. But this is really about FairCareAware and the other thing I taught her, which was balance. FairCareAware are elements of approaching life, but the thing that you'll continually be working on is balancing the FairCareAware for other people and balancing it for yourself. Selflessness and selfishness. Selfishness is not a bad thing, and it's not just about survival. It's about honoring yourself, and sometimes I can do that, but most of the time I can't. So balance, but if you think of life and everything in life and afterlife and everything's a balancing act. You eat food, you exercise to maintain a healthy weight, you eat certain foods to maintain your health, but sometimes you just need to have something that's not healthy for you just because you want it to satisfy that part of yourself. So it's always a balancing act. You think about your checkbook. Your checkbook is a balancing act. What comes in goes out, and you want to build it up, but you also everything. And I don't believe in money. I don't like the concept. There's a lot of concepts and constructs that we have in our society that I think are detrimental and divisive to humanity as a whole. But everything needs to be balanced. And people say, that's bad. This is the darkness in me. This is the light in me. And I'd rather lean towards the light. But your darkness is the yin and yang. You have a balance there where even if you think you have a quality that's not positive, that it's still a part of you, and you need to love it and accept it, but you also need to balance it and not lean too much either way, and accept all of what you are, like in the yin and the yang, and to understand that, like people would say to me, you have nothing to hide. And I would say, you think that's a good thing? You think that's a good thing, that I have nothing to hide? It can be a good thing, but it also could be a little too much for some people. to think that there's nothing that if you want to know something, I'll tell you if you really want to know. But I've learned how to preface things and say, do you really want to know? And strength is a good thing, but sometimes strength can mean you don't think before you talk, or you put stuff out there that you could put out in a different way. But because you're so strong, you can just put it out there and take whatever comes back. And sometimes it makes you tactless, or a little too forthright, or a little too abrasive. So strength is a good thing to have, but sometimes it's overwhelming. So that's translation as well. But if you balance those parts of you, you find a sweet spot, but you always are trying to balance everything. The good, the bad, the light, the dark, the money, the social activities, work, and work-life balance, which they talk about now. You'll find if you are trying to balance it and come to some kind of sweet spot where everything is in equilibrium, that it's balanced, you'll find you're continually trying to balance. So it's really hard to describe the balance part of my philosophy, but fair, care, aware, balance, those are the things that are centered in my life, and that I find that other people, if they had some of these things, could maybe accept more of themselves and also accept other people a little bit better. So that's fun fact or deep thought or my 2 cents. 29, fair, care, aware, balance. Try to add some of that to your life today. Ciao, Bellas.